Hello everyone, I just wanted to make a quick video to go over something that they did not have in the video from Lightspeed, and that is these custom allow lists. It used to be that you would have to come down here and type in the websites that you wanted to allow, and then when you didn't want to allow them, you would have to erase it, and when you wanted to re-allow it, type it back in again. Well, now they've added the ability to just create that into a list that will move from class to class. The way you create the list is you go into the web rules, click on allow, and once you're in the allow section, you can come over here to create list. You can give the list a name, and then you just go down here and type in the URL for the websites that you want to allow, and as it says, just one per line. An important thing to remember is that you are going to need the full website URL for this to work. So if we just typed in kahoot.it, this would not allow the kids to access it. The website would still be blocked. We're going to need to add in the HTTPS colon and the slashes to get it to work. Now, the easiest way to do that is to just go to the website you're trying to allow, like Kahoot. Click up here. You might have to double click to get the whole thing to appear. Then highlight it, copy with Control-C, go back, paste with Control-V, and then it's all there. You can hit space and add another line and add any of the other websites that you would like to allow with this list. When you have them all ready, go down to the bottom and click Save. Now the list has been created, it's available for use in any of your other classes. And since I'm actually going to be using Kahoot in my classes, I'm going to create this into a real list and put Kahoot as the name. And since I want them to be able to access Google Classroom at the same time, I'm going to go to Google Classroom, click up here, copy everything that includes this HTTPS, and then paste it on the next line, and then come down here and click Save. And you'll see that it's going to get rid of the HTTPS and all the other stuff that you put in front of it, but it's still needed when you create the list. Now to use the list, once it's been created, you just come up to the allow rule, make sure that's selected, then come down and just pick which list you would like them to be able to access. So for my typing class, I would let them have the typing, which is typing.com and Google Classroom. And then many times they're allowed to have music in the background, so I'd select that one. Then you scroll down and just make sure you have this single sign-on thing allowed, because many of our websites have them use Google to log into it, and then click Apply Changes. You'll know the lists are active when you see the green dot over here lit up. You can always click on this and come in here and either change which list you're using, or like if they weren't behaving or weren't on the right topics, you can click off music and then click Apply Changes again. One final thing I wanted to go over real quick was how to create different groups to have different allow lists for different students if you need this. My favorite way to do this is actually in the list view. It's easier to create and drag them. And you'll see down here, it's even at the bottom of screens as well, create groups, back in the list. So you create a group, and it gives you the option to name the group. I'm going to name it just, not behaving. And then press enter to save the name in the list or the group. And now whenever you need to, you can drag a student from the default group into the new group. And whenever there's a student in here, they have their own web rules. So we could have the full class having typing and music, and if one student is deciding they're trying to watch videos instead of listening to music in the background, they can be put into a different group, go into their web rules, and click off or just only allow the typing. Still need to allow this one. Now, anyone in this not behaving group will be restricted to the websites that are only in their group web rules, while not affecting anybody in the default group. They would still be allowed to go on all the initial websites that you allowed in your original list. Well, that's it for this add-on video. I hope this makes it easier to monitor student behavior while they're on their Chromebooks.